Hi, I'm Terry Brines. I'm from Central Missouri.
Hi, I'm Debbie Perkins, a co-worker of Terry's at Emmons National Center, and I also live in Central Missouri.
And we're going to be talking to you a little bit today about coaching. And you know, Debbie, I was thinking that I was talking to some of my affiliate trainers the other day, and they were talking about coaching, and they were saying, really, you make it seem so easy. It's almost magical. And I said, okay, but there's nothing magical about it.
Well, your coaching does seem like magic, but there are those tips and tricks that you apply so fluently that it becomes an illusion, and they do think it's magic.
Oh, maybe we could share some of those today.
Let's do it. Let's plan on doing it.
I think so.
Wait, Terry, what's going on?
Where did you go? Where are you?
I feel like something's happening.
Oh my goodness.
Terry,
what's going on?
Oh, wow! Look at this! Oh my goodness, look at it! Maybe coaching really is magical, Terry.
Oh, well look what happened just talking about it.
This is so cool and so fun.
amazing.
I have a wand. Hey, wait a minute. Want to see a magic trick?
Do you know a magic trick?
All of a sudden, I think I do!
Awesome! Okay. So, what do I do?
This is a magic viewing tube. Take this and hold it in one hand.
Yes.
Put it up to your eye. Oh, and for those of you who may be watching magically, if you don't have a magic tube, just find a paper towel tube or a piece of paper and roll it up like a tube.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
So hold it up to your eye, Terry.
Okay, just close the one I'm not looking at.
No, we want to keep both eyes wide open because we want to show you there's no illusion. So tube up to your eye. Keep both eyes open at all times, just like that.
Okay.
You got this.
Yeah.
Now hold the other hand, palm facing you, up at the end of the tube.
I'm going to lay my wand down for
Be
just a
careful
minute.
with that.
Okay.
It has special powers.
So, palm facing me, you said?
By the side,
Okay,
with both
okay.
eyes open, then slowly move your hand towards your face.
Whoa! Wait a minute, what did you do? There was a hole in my hand!
Did you see it?
Oh, whoa. Okay, will it do it again?
Try it. See?
Oh my gosh!
Is that the best trick ever?
Incredible!
Well,
How did you do that?
well, it's kind of an illusion because in coaching, there are no illusions, but there are tricks. This is a trick. There really isn't a hole in your hand.
Yeah.
So-
I see that.
But we don't want you to have a hole in your coaching toolbox either, in your coaching bag of tricks. So we're going to share 3 coaching tips that are no illusion. Oh, I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
So Debbie started us out with a wonderful illusion. But right now we want to talk about coaching tricks that will work. Well, we prefer to call them coaching tips. And the first one is to provide teacher support. Now you're probably wondering, how would you do that? What's the best way to start providing teacher support? And I'm telling you, the best way is to start by building relationships. So for this next part, I need your help just a little bit. So I want you to take a minute and I want you to think about someone you have a really good relationship. I mean, one of those really trusting relationships, like you would trust this person with anything. So in order to do that, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to just take a deep breath, relax a little bit, and just think about that person. What relationship, what trusting relationship can you think of? What comes to mind when you think about that person? If you were going to describe that person to me or to anybody else, what would you say about them? What are some of their characteristics? What do they do that make you trust them? Oh, I'm starting to get some thoughts. My mind reading skills are really kicked in. Oh, wow, this magical stuff is really awesome. I love this. Okay, so I'm sensing that Jennifer is thinking that they're reliable. Oh, and Sue is adding that what you tell them stays in the vault. That's really important. Okay, and Lori agrees, and that they act consistently and responsibly, she wants to add. And Ryan is thinking that they keep promises and commitments. And and then there's a Michael who is thinking about them being a good listener. And there's a Stephanie who's thinking that they're respectful. Oh, and Sam and Jeff, they're both thinking that they're encouraging and that they really help out. Oh, and Tiffany just thought, we can't forget about communication, that they need to be accurate, open, and Ashley is adding that they need to be honest. And Brad says they also are a really good listener. Oh, yeah, and values what other people have to say. So, you know what? You guys have come up with some really good characteristics. These are really good qualities of a trusting relationship. I mean, you really need all of these. Well, you think about it, when we work with our teachers and students, it's the same thing. These are the things that we want to build to have those trusting relationships. And this can be done by the way we support our teachers and students. So what are some of those ways to support them, you ask? Well, first, we have to build that trust. So think of all those characteristics that you just sent me, plus even more. Think about that you need to do what you say you're going to do. You need to be an advocate for those teachers, for those students. You can do that by listening and paraphrasing. You can also do that by asking really good thinking questions. Not questions that you want to know the answers to, but questions to really get them to think. So we really need to help build those relationships. So the first coaching trick you need to remember is that whenever we're working with a teacher or students, we want to build that trust and rapport, keep your word, listen and paraphrase, ask those thinking questions, just provide ongoing support in order to make that relationship grow. And building that relationship is a powerful coaching trick that is no illusion. Now, with this last trick that we just did, there is a warning. As we provide that support and build that trust, we have to remember that it could very easily be torn down. If we are inconsistent, we break a promise, break a confidence, that trust that we built, that peace, can very easily tear down all the trust that we worked so hard to develop. So be careful that you honor what you say, you do what you intend to do, and you be transparent and honest with the people that you work with. Now remember that providing support by first building trust is a coaching trick that is no illusion.
The second coaching trick we want to share is how to help individuals you coach develop a growth mindset. Let's begin by considering this ordinary object as an individual's thinking. A person may view their abilities and potential as fixed, non-changing, a square that can't change or be transformed in any way, like this object I have in my hand. Some might see it as a square, perhaps a colorful square, but still, just a fixed, unchangeable square. Or is it? provide the right environment, the coaching support, the right conditions for transformative thinking? What if we help them develop a growth mindset? Now, for a little background on fixed and growth mindset. A fixed mindset says intelligence and talent are fixed traits. They don't change. They are static. But a growth mindset says intelligence and talent can grow through perseverance and hard work. One of the best gifts we can give our teachers, and they in turn can give their students, is the belief that they can always grow and improve. One way to accomplish that when working with teachers or students is by focusing on their effort, the strategies they use, and their perseverance, rather than praising their talent and intelligence. Listen to this quote from Carol Dweck, who has spent years researching mindsets. With a growth mindset, people believe that their most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. This is so important because people with a growth mindset tackle challenges, show greater resilience, persevere through setbacks. They have a desire to learn and to discover new things. And all this results in improved effort and higher levels of achievement. Isn't that what we want for ourselves and for our students? Encourage your learners to try new approaches. Replace the word failing with learning. Embrace your uniqueness and let go of pretense. View challenges as opportunities for self-improvement and always use the word yet, as in, I can't do that yet. I haven't figured it out yet, because then you have that positive presupposition that you will accomplish your task in the end. Now back to our trick. As you can now see, our fixed square, that never-changing square, has actually changed. Just like the teachers and students we work with, we recognize that there is a superhero in everyone. But unless you believe in yourself and make your surroundings conducive to growth, you'll remain that unchangeable square. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe in the possibilities, amazing things can happen. So I challenge you to ask yourself, do I have a fixed mindset? Do I believe that my abilities and intelligence are set and unchanging? Or do I have a growth mindset? Do I believe that my basic abilities and intelligence are just the starting point? And with hard work and perseverance, I can grow and change. If you're not sure, there's a quick quiz on the Coaching Tricks website that we'll be sharing at the end of this session. There you'll also find several immense tip cards on all of our coaching tips, including mindset, because we want you to remember that supporting development of a growth mindset is a coaching trick that is no illusion.
For our next trick, we will think about all those things in our life. What are our priorities? We will do this by setting goals. Let's take a look at a few of the things that fill our lives. We have a jar. This is you. You have a lot of things competing for your time and filling your days. Let's start with the sand. This represents all the small stuff in your life. For example, time on social media. It can be a real time eater. Shopping, including online, television, gaming, the list goes on. Next, there's the jar of pebbles. These are the important tasks in your daily life. While they're important, there are still things that they don't directly support, those big goals, like getting groceries, organizing digital files, work projects. But when your boss sends you a short-term project, you get it done. Now the major goals. That's what these rocks represent. What are the most important goals in your life? Oh, let's see. Through the power of my mind reading, I'm sensing some that are coming out, like maybe family or God, your job, relationships, health. And when you are setting these goals, you want to be smart about them. But look what's left out when we focus on the small stuff first. So let's go ahead and think about these small things. When they get put into us, they take up a lot of room. When we think about those important tasks that are still important, things that we need to get done, they also fill up a lot of our time and of our energy. And then last, we meet those goals. We put them in, and as you can see, we begin filling up quickly with not a lot of space left and possibly not being able to hold all of them.
So let's try that again from a different perspective. So instead of letting all of the small stuff fill up our days first, let's start with some SMART goals. And when we say SMART goals, what are we talking about? We're saying that that goal is specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, it's relevant, and it's timely. So we've got all the important things in now, or all of the major goals. Now let's think about our important tasks. That's coming next. Remember, these are things that are important but really don't support those big goals. We're going to go ahead and pour them in here now. And let's see what happens. Yep, they all fit. And now, finally, the small stuff. Let's see what happens now. Oh, look at it. I don't know if you can see, it's filtering through and around everything. We started with all the same amounts as you can see, but look what's happened. Not only when we started with our SMART goals and then added those next important tasks and finally added the small stuff, not only is there time for everything, you'll notice there's some room left at the top. Maybe add that new hobby.
So let's recap. Helping individuals develop SMART goals is a coaching trick that is no illusion.
Keep in mind our first two coaching tricks, providing teacher support and developing a growth mindset. We want to thank you for your attention and time today.
Use the final minutes of our session to explore these two websites. First of all, coachingtricks.weebly.com provides an overview of each of the areas that we talked about: growing relationships, growth mindset, and goal setting. But I also want to tell you about a hidden gem here. Underneath the home area is our abracadabra opener. The magical tube that we use today is here with full directions, as well as a bonus, magic fingertips. You're going to want to check it out to see what happens. Additionally, on each of the three main areas of the site, as mentioned earlier, we've included Emint's tip cards that will give you more information about how to fine-tune your coaching and give you even more tools to add to that coach's toolbox. Whether it's on crafting questions, how to be a better listener, paraphrasing, or embracing wait time, you're going to want to check these out. When you click on one, it will take you out to the Emint's portal, where you'll see a bit more of an explanation and have the ability to download each card. Take your time, check it out. There are extra resources on each of these tabs. The eMints portal at portal.emints.org is a site that has resources for you as a coach and mentor, for administrators, as well as for teachers. So any educator can come here and find something useful. Go to that first drop down, and you can go down to the role that best describes you to find what you might need. Under the resources, in addition to our tip cards, you'll see many learning ideas, cooperative learning strategies, remote learning tips, and recommended tech tools, as well as tutorials. Check out the program overviews to learn more about eMints, and definitely use the search feature to find what you want.
We do have a walk-away question for you today. If you could wave a wand and make your coaching magical, what would it look like?
And we both just want to thank you for being here today.
I'm Terry.
And I'm Debbie. And remember that
Coaching tricks are no illusion.